All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, you know what? I'm back, and I'm going to discuss kind of stop two of the Doghouse Tour 2026. And I took the short trip um, down just past Keokuk into the town of Hamilton, Illinois. And I'll throw this out there. You know, the wife and I love their Dairy Queen in Hamilton, so we stopped down there quite a little bit. But this time I got to go and see one of my old compadres, of the Coach Show. And if you don't know him, his name is Coy Dorothy. And as many people, like that I hang out around with, they call him the GOAT. He was a pretty good ball player back in his day. And I don't know, you call him the GOAT or do you call him the gunslinger? Anyway, it was exciting to get down there. But anyway, welcome back to DogPoundU. Presented by Coaching Culture and Athletics. I'm your host, Chuck the Tank Banks, and today we're making our discussion of stop number two of the 2026 Doghouse Tour. We went down to Hamilton, Illinois. Again, the West Hancock Titans. After kicking off the tour at Brown County, I had the opportunity to spend some time with not only a great staff in Brown County, but now in West Hancock, I got to spend, some quality time with head coach Coy Dorothy and his staff and players. And by the way, he got me, I don't know whether you can see it or not, but he gave me a pullover and he set the bar high, teams. Anyway, I'm just messing with you, but every stop on the tour is unique. But one thing that stood out immediately as I walked onto West Hancock, this isn't a program built on hype. This isn't a program, built on players, like coach-led. This is a player-led team, and that was evident as soon as I walked out on the field. The seniors were gathering the troops, and they were going through all their workouts. Everything was crystal. I mean, it was pristine almost, in my opinion. And you don't see that every day. And Coach Coy Dorothy is building things the right way, So this isn't a program built on hype. It isn't built on social media. It isn't built on excuses. It's built on relationships. And it's built on accountability. It's built on hard work. And I've seen that stuff. Again, I've coached, I've spent more than 25 years coaching football. From the Pee Wee ranks to the varsity ranks, head, assistant, defensive coordinator, stuff like that. But I'll tell you what, man, you can usually tell within a few moments what a program, what its culture is all about, man. And they were all about it down there in Hamilton, Illinois. Coach Coy Dorothy has built a football program that reflects its community. His players respect one another. They compete, they work. They understand that championships aren't won on Friday nights. They're earned Monday through Thursday, long before the lights ever come on. That kind of culture doesn't happen by accident, folks. It's built every single day of the week. So let's talk about Coach Coy, the GOAT, Dorothy. Every successful football program, again, reflects its head coach. And this guy, he's a player's coach, man. He reminds me of a guy by the name of Dick Vermeil. Players coach, coaches respect him, but when he had to get down and dirty, he's not afraid to do that either. But he's created an environment where players are expected to compete, be accountable, and represent West Hancock with pride. During my visit, what impressed me wasn't just the talent, man. Again, it's back to those relationships. Older players were helping younger players. It's amazing to see that. There was energy. There was accountability. There was purpose. That's what championship cultures look like. And you know what? If Coy Dorothy and his dogs down there get after it, West Hancock's eventually going to get there to the promised land, whether it's this year or beyond. A couple guys, Wade Gooding, man. He's ready to lead. He's a senior. And from what I hear, you don't want to bet. You don't want to bet around a golf on this guy because he's a good golfer. So, but he's ready to lead this football program. And again, every football team needs someone to take command of the huddle. And he's our second quarterback, and this is the second quarterback that's going to be leading in his first year starting. So Wade Gooding. This will be Wade's, again, first full season as a senior starting quarterback, and that's a responsibility not every player gets the opportunity to experience. That's showing that, he's ready to lead. He's ready to just start slinging it, man. Quarterback isn't just about completing passes. It's about leadership, and he had a great rapport working even with the young guys. And I want to give him a shout out there. Has composure, his decision-making's good. The ability to respond when adversity strikes. I saw that a few times. And you know what? He was cool as the other side of the pillow, ladies and gentlemen. I think I stole something from ESPN. From everything I saw, Wade is ready to embrace that challenge, man. The Titans will go as their quarterback goes. And I believe that Wade is prepared to lead this football team on every Friday night. I'm going to talk about the next senior. His name is Hunter Froman. He's a game changer. Dude, yeah, you look at the tree trunks for legs that this kid has. You look at how fast he is, and he's big. Oh my goodness, he's a football coach's dream, in my opinion. I'm pretty big on Hunter Froman this year. Excuse me, I got all choked up. Hunter recently signed his letter of intent to continue his basketball career at Western Illinois University. I wouldn't be surprised if Western Illinois University football coach says, "Hey, man, you can play 2 sports." Anyway, I'm just throwing that out there. But that says a lot about the athlete that he is and how talented he is. But before he heads to Macomb, he has one more football season to play, man. Hunter's explosive. He competes at a high level. He attacks the football. He has the ability to change the momentum of a football game with one play. And that's big. Every defense has to know where he is every snap because he has that ability to take over a game. That's going to open up some other guys. You better congratulate that young man. Congratulations again, Hunter and his family, on earning the opportunity to compete at the next level in basketball. But man, I'm going to throw out there, man, Western Illinois, sign this dude to play football too. My second guy, Logan Baker, and his new nickname is the Hulk. And he's just a big, monstrous dude, man. He's not just a big lineman, man. This guy is like, I don't know. He reminds me of a Dakota Oberman on one of my Central East squads years ago, and that's not saying that lightly either. This Logan Baker is the real deal. I've called him the Hulk, and I think that nickname fits perfectly. He's physical. He's relentless. He embraces contact. He's the kind of football player coaches love because he sets the tone in the trenches. Not to mention, he has laser focus. This guy is focused in on every little detail in practice, and that's what I saw him do. Every championship caliber football team has players who don't care who gets the credit. They simply want to win. That's Logan Baker. So I expect him to have a lot of pancakes this next year. And you know what, Logan, on our Saturday or our Sunday visits, I'm sure that you'll get there eventually. I'll bring some syrup for all the pancakes that you're going to deliver. My next senior is Chandler Dadant or Dadant. I'm not good with names, Chandler, and you know that, but I'll just call you Workhorse. Okay. He's ready to build on momentum from last year. Another player I'm excited to watch this fall again is Chandler running the ball. When you look at what Chandler accomplished last season, it's easy to understand why he's going to be a major piece of this football team. Last year, he rushed for 1,009 yards and had 11 touchdowns, proving he could be a workhorse for the Titans offense. But his impact didn't stop there. Okay, defensively, he led the way with 96 tackles and 11 tackles for loss, and set the West Hancock single game record with 24 tackles in one game. Holy cow! And he's just a beast. And he's, here's the greatest thing about these guys that I've discussed so far is they're humble, man. They're humble. They're hungry, and they're going to go after it this year. Those numbers tell you exactly what kind of football player this kid is. He's tough. He's physical. He's relentless. He's the kind of player every coach wants because he'll do whatever the team needs to win. He's all in with this team concept. And, you know, that's something that I've seen in this head coach, Coy Dorothy's team is they're team focused. What excites me most isn't what Chandler did last year. It's what I believe he's capable of doing this year. Now it's time to build. Okay. Build on the confidence that comes from a 1,000-yard season. Build on becoming one of the leaders of the football team. Build on the experience of playing meaningful football and helping lead the Titans back toward another playoff run. I truly believe Chandler is ready to take that next step. And I also, you know, I don't want to say it, but 1,400. Okay, I didn't say it. All right. So now we're going to look at a dude who is a freshman, and he left Bloodhound territory. His name's Landon Marshall, and I don't ever look at freshmen as being the type of players or physically or mentally to be able to dive in. I'm going to tell you from watching that young man from the time that I was there, he's got that ability, and he's old behind his years when it talks about maturity, and he's got a good supporting cast around him that are going to take him under their wing. Here's the thing. Landon's the only freshman I selected in my Doghouse preseason tri-state team. That's nothing I hand out or nothing I'm going to hand out easily. He has the size, he has the work ethic, he has the physical tools. Most importantly, he has the attitude. You know, he's older than the way he plays. The future of Hancock football is bright, and Landon is going to be a big part of it. Probably eventually on both sides of the ball, O-line, D-line. But right now, the nose guard has the nose for football. Watching his development over the next 4 years is going to be a lot of fun. So this team is hungry for another playoff run. Now, we don't just say crap, right, to say it. This team's not afraid of the challenge. And frankly, I've seen, you know, I've coached teams. I've been a part of teams that didn't embrace the challenge. They talked the talk, but they didn't walk the walk. Well, here's the deal, man. Before we wrap this one up, there's one more thing I want to talk about again. It's hungry for another playoff run. When I walked away from West Hancock, I wasn't thinking about statistics. I was thinking just win, baby. Okay. I wasn't even thinking about preseason rankings. Again, I wasn't thinking about predictions. I was thinking about how hungry this football team is, about what it's like to walk around and feel the aura and the mystique of the West Hancock Titans, where Coach Coy Dorothy is bringing this. I think they were the old Hamilton Cardinals. Coach Coy Dorothy is bringing this passion and this feeling back. Again, the Titans know what it takes to get in the playoffs. Okay, they've experienced the atmosphere. They know the standard. Now there's a new group that's determined to earn another opportunity. That hunger starts with young Coach Coy Dorothy. It continues with quarterback Wade Gooding, stepping into his first season as a senior starting quarterback and embracing that responsibility of leading his football team. It continues with a game changer like Hunter Froman. It continues with the toughness of the Hulk, Logan Baker. It continues with the production and leadership of a Chandler Dadant. I think that's the pronunciation. All right. And it continues with the future with a guy by the name of Landon Marshall. And I've missed players because I saw a lot of amazing things, and I'm not good with names. And again, eventually I'm going to learn all these household names, and I'm going to spread that positive information out there for you. Okay. When you put all of those pieces together, you begin to understand why I'm excited about this football team, right? This group isn't satisfied with talking about the playoffs. They're hungry to get back. They're hungry to write the next chapter of West Hancock football or the next chapter of Hamilton, Illinois football. Okay. If they continue to buy into Coach Dorothy's culture the way I saw during my visit, don't be surprised if the Titans are playing meaningful ball once again in November when November rolls around. November. Okay. So Coach Dorothy, thank you for welcoming me into your football family. To the players, thank you for your time. Represent your community with pride. play for one another, enjoy every Friday night. These years go faster than you think. Titan fans, you've got a football team to be proud of, but most importantly, you got some young men that are learning the tutelage of Coy Dorothy to be positive young adults. So you got that to be proud of as well. I'm looking forward to watching this group compete throughout the season. I'm Chuck the Tank Banks, and this has been another stop in the 2026 Doghouse Tour. Until next time, keep supporting high school football, keep investing in young people, and remember, we'll see you in the doghouse.